Hello, 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 welcome back to HunterTuned. Guess what we're doing today? Yep, number 4. Fourth wideband sensor I've replaced on this car with the setup on it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't think the wideband placement is wrong. I just think that when the car is cold, it develops a lot of condensation. You probably can't see it in the video, but inside of the pipe is all full of water and like condensation. And I posted on Sport Front Wheel Drive community again, and a lot of guys on there are really helpful. And a couple of the guys told me that I can actually power the gauge when it's warm, and then like while the car's warming up, just have a toggle switch on the wideband so it doesn't power the sensor until the car warms up. Because technically you're supposed to have the sensor like 18 inches down the exhaust stream, but my exhaust is not 18 inches long. So yeah, that's kind of an issue. But anyways, I'm just going to, for now, is run the car until it warms up with the sensor out. And then once the car is fully warmed up and the condensation is gone, then I'll put the sensor back in and we should be all good to go. I hope. But oh well, the sensor was free, so shout out to AutoZone warranty program. But yeah, so we're gonna go rip on my car a little bit today, have some fun. There, bud. Alright guys, so we are cleaning my windshield off right now to throw a banner on the front windshield because I got a couple of these HunterTuned banners, and we're gonna see how it looks on my windshield. And yeah, I usually suck at putting these on, so Michael's helping me out here. You getting it? They're a pain in the ass. You know where it's gotta go?
Yep.
To the right a little more. Other way. Yeah, like right there. Alright guys, so we are out driving my car, and the thermostat definitely fixed the problems we were having with the temperature, because it's holding a solid 182 right now, and I can have the heat on and whatever I want, and it doesn't really move off a 180, which is perfect. So now we're just doing some data logging and some pulls with the car, and you can see on the log here, well, I don't know if you guys can actually see it or not, but we're on 7 pounds of boost. We hit full boost at 5,000 RPM, like 4,900, and carries an 11.0 air-fuel ratio between like 10.8 and 11.0. I would say between 10.8 and 11.1 it hangs out, and we carry that all the way out to the rev limiter. Duty cycle's getting kind of high, but I don't know how far these injectors will go, so we're gonna turn it up because we still got fuel on the top end. So we're gonna turn it up on the tune here. So under parameters, we can go under boost control, and the fixed duty cycle is at 40 right now, and I'm gonna turn that up to 45 and see where that brings us for boost. Like I said, the last pull we did, it was on 7 pounds. 7.5. Holding steady like 7 pounds. Between 7 and 7.5 pounds of boost. So we're going to turn the duty cycle up to 45. Load that son of a gun into the tune. And then we'll do another pull, see if we got fuel yet. And if we got more fuel, we're going to give it more boost. This is like the default option.
Yep.
And then there's a couple different options, and then all we did to the default one was we added air fuel ratio. That's all.
Gotcha. And you just click record right here.
Right.
You can see it on there?
Probably not. Alright, I'm going to tell Michael here to start the recording on the data log, and we're going to give her. Ready?
Yep.
Go. From what I can see, we had fuel. It was like 1050, 1030.
7500. Goes 1129. Then it goes 1141, 1145. It stays in 11s though.
We might have to just give it more fuel up in the higher RPM on the map.
Yep. Put in a tablespoon. There you go.
Let me see this guy here. You stop the recording.
Yeah.
All right, so on that pole, we made 10-8 air-fuel ratio, 10 pounds of boost. 10 pounds, rock solid. And we're 1050 air-fuel ratio. And then right at 7,500, it starts to get into the 11s a little bit. So I'm going to try to stab 5% in it above 7,500 and see if we can clean that up. So on the VTEC side of the map, I'm going to go from 7,500 and above. So just the bottom couple columns here. And I'm going to stab, we'll give it 5%. I think this turbo just breathes so good, like up top, it just wants more fuel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we gave it 5% up top. Let's give it a little bit more boost too. See if we run out. So we're at 45. We'll go to, where were we at that one night? 48? That was like 12 pounds.
Yeah.
Should we try 50 or no?
Sure.
We'll try 49.
50 hit the boost cut.
Yeah, 50 hit boost cut.
17.
So we'll upload that 49% on the duty cycle, and we gave it a little bit more fuel up on the top end. So we'll do a pull now, see how it is. This should be
Hi neighbor.
this should be fast. Oop, oop. Sorry, bro. You fucking racer. That's what they're saying.
Or they're like, why are they recording?
Right. Ready? Go. Okay. Too much boost. We gotta go gap the plugs. I forgot about that.
Oh.
You hear it break up?
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys could hear that on camera, but she started stuttering a little bit. So what should we do? Should we turn the boost down, or should we go gap the plugs down?
Got the plugs down.
Correct!
What did we do last night in my car?
Did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
At this power level, if it doesn't blow spark out, is going to be where I'm leaving it. It'll be fast. And it'll probably be maxed out duty cycle. They're already at 100. Need more fuel pressure. Alright, we'll pick up when we get back home and we smash these plugs down. Alright, what are we doing, Michael?
Gapping the plugs down.
Alright, we just gapped the spark plugs down. I had them at 18 thou, I think. 18 thousandths.
That's funny.
So we just went down to 12 thousandths.
Mine were at 17 thousandths.
And we went to what, 12?
12 thousandths.
Yep. And now it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 12 thousandths plug gap. Hopefully she won't have any more spark blowout. And we can make a pull on like 15, 16 pounds, and see how it is. Once I get it to that level, I'll probably turn it back down because it's kind of really fast. So yeah, we'll see. Pick back up when we get out driving around again.
Getting gas, but look at that mileage. Man, this thing's got more than 250,000 miles on it. Apologizing for me filming you.
Well, I just think it's a hassle sometimes.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
Are you showing everyone how to install hood pins?
Yeah, this is the way to do it. There you go. Look at that nice sticker we got on. Looks pretty sweet. HunterTuned.com.
Oh, when you get in the car, you make sure you step right on the ECU. Kick all of the wires.
Come on. There it goes. I feel like when this car first starts up, the tune is really lean, and then after it runs for like, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, or like once I start driving, then it goes back to normal. But I mean, as I first start it, it's like 17.0, and I have all the corrections like turned off. So, I don't know. Whatever.
What are you doing? Look at this guy's taking pictures.
Gotta get that Instagram picture, bro. Alright, so we're at the gas station now, and on the way here, the car had like a quarter tank of gas. So I think we're running out of fuel, like literally in the tank, because we ended up turning the boost up. I didn't film it, I'm sorry. Let's see here. We're making 12.5 pounds, almost 13 pounds of boost, and we're holding steady fuel all the way up to 7,000 RPM, 7,500, and then at 7,500 it starts to get lean, and it tapped 12.0, so I lifted, and that was at 13 pounds of boost. The thing is it's only getting lean like in the top of the pull, so when the car's accelerating really fast, all the gas is probably sloshing to the back of the tank, and the pump is sucking air. So I'm gonna see if this cures it, because like I said, it's only at the top, the high end of the pull where it's getting lean. It's not getting lean, you know, first into the pull. So I'm going to go test it now that we have a full tank of gas, and we'll see if that cures it. If that doesn't cure it, I'm going to try to rewire this fuel pump, because it is acting like it's out of fuel pressure, because like I said, it's only at the top end of the pull. And the car should be done making torque before 7,500 RPM. You know what I mean? So I think it's just the fuel pump is trying to demand so much fuel, and after, you know, so long, the fuel pressure just slowly drops, and I think that might be the issue. So like I said, I might try to rewire this 450, because it just has the stock wiring going to it, and if you rewire the fuel pump like I did on my CRX, you get more voltage to the fuel pump, like straight battery voltage. So I might try to do that if this doesn't cure it. So we're gonna see how far these decapped injectors go. This car is honestly already on 12 pounds of boost, is probably making 400, 450, I would guess. I will get it on a dyno at some point, but I don't have one right now. Maybe I'll just go buy a dyno. You guys should help me buy a dyno. That'd be sweet. Share my channel, all that shit, so we can have a dyno and we can play around with all this stuff safely, and you know, actually get some math out of this, because that'll be cool. But anyways,
Get some math out of this?
yeah, like we'll learn.
Oh.
And we can look at numbers and stuff.
I mean, we'll get some data.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get some data. Yeah, like I said, and so far too, with the wideband sensor, as long as the car is warmed up, the wideband works, and I have no issues. But when the car is cold, like when I first cold started in the morning, there's so much moisture in the exhaust pipe that I think the moisture just kills the sensor. So I think from now on, I'm just going to take the wideband out of the pipe until the car warms up. And then once the car is warmed up, I'll put the wideband back in, just for now, until I figure something else out. This thing hooks in third, it's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, we both need traction bars.
Yeah, I know. Hey guys, so I got back home and the car is running really good. It's just running out of fuel at the top end of the pull. And I know that you're supposed to rewire these fuel pumps like right straight away when you put it into the car. It already draws too much for the factory wiring because, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the factory wiring is extremely small. I'll show you quick. I got the whole back seat out and everything. And this is the factory wire right here. Alright, so right here is the factory wire. This is probably like a 16 gauge wire or something like that. And these are 10 gauge wires that I'm running back. And these are going straight to the fuel pump. And then these are the factory wires right here. This is the power to the fuel pump, and then this is the ground to the fuel pump. So I'm going to be using a 40 amp relay. So this is the relay I'm throwing in, and pretty much one side of the wiring is going to go to the relay off of the factory power wire, and then the factory ground is going to go to the other side of the relay, and then pretty much just going to have in and out power right here going to the fuel pump off the relay. So running battery power to the relay is the best way to actually give the fuel pump the correct amount of power. So we'll have higher voltage and a higher amp load to the fuel pump. So I'm going to finish up wiring all this, and I'll pick back up when I'm done. Maybe give you guys a quick overview, and then I'm going to go test the car one more time and see if we got more fuel. Alright guys, so we got the fuel pump all rewired with a 40 amp relay and some big old fat power wires from the battery to the fuel pump. So there it is. It's all wired up. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it does its job. And listen to how loud this pump is now. It's way louder now than it was before. So my new habit is let the car warm up and then put my O2 sensor in, because I don't want to fry another sensor. But I'm going to let this thing warm up. I'm going to go do a pull, see where the boost is, see where the fuel's at, and let you guys know how it is. Okay guys, so I'm driving the car now and just noticing firing it up and just letting it idle and do its thing, and I'm just cruising around right now. Car's fully warmed up and everything, and I added 10% of fuel to the whole low cam side of the fuel map, and look at this thing. It's like a 1320 cruising around. It was a 12.0 just cruising, and it was at a 14.7 before I did this fuel pump mod, or the rewire on the fuel pump. So already I'm having to pull 20% out of the tune to get it to come back to where it was. So that is a really good sign, guys. I'm really hoping that the same shows for the top end, and hopefully this thing will hold fuel, because like I said, I was maxing out the injectors, I think because my fuel pump was suffering. So I just turned the fuel pump up with the voltage, and I bet you these injectors are going to come down on duty cycle now. So yeah, I'm just cruising around. I'm going to play with the tune a little bit, get it back to where it was, and then we'll give this thing a hit and see where the fuel's at. Alright guys, so I got the camera set up here, kind of pointing towards the gauges so you guys can see them a little bit. I had to add in or pull out 20% of fuel on the low cam side after I did this fuel pump rewire. And I pulled out 10% on the VTEC side, and I just made a pull, and it made 10 or 11 pounds of boost, and it was like an 11:3 air fuel ratio. So I'm going to, I just soaked it up with fuel a little bit more. I added that, I added 5% in up top and turned the boost up a little bit. So we're gonna see if this thing holds fuel or not. Gear here. Start the recording on the laptop, and we're all set. It spun a little bit on the top end there. It was spinning in fourth, so I think I seen the wideband touch 12. That might have been because I was spinning. We'll see here in a minute. I'll pull over and look at the data log. Alright guys, and we are looking at the data log now, and as you can see, this thing's coming into power really good. We're making about 16 pounds of boost on this pull. Peaks 15, 16 coming up here, right around 6,300 RPM. We're making 16 pounds of boost at 6,500, and we're at 11.8 air fuel ratio. We're holding good fuel before then. We're at like an 11.20, 11.0, and then once this thing ramps up into like 16 pound territory, it goes 11.8, 12.20, 12.30, and 12.50, and I lifted. So it doesn't get leaner than 12.5, and I mean, I could send this if it had like a good piston in it and a good, you know, sleeve and whatnot, but this is a stock B20 sleeve, and it's a cast piston, so I don't really want to push it too hard. This pull was spinning the tires in fourth gear at 15 to 16 pounds of boost. That sucks. I think it's out of injector because the injectors are maxed out. They're at 100% duty cycle. I can run probably 14 pounds and get away with it, but not 16. 16's a little too much. It sucks though, because 16 pounds, this thing is, oh dude, it's fast. Like, this thing is gnarly on 16 pounds. You guys can't really tell in the camera probably, but it's spinning in fourth gear at like 100 miles an hour. So I'd really like to leave it at 16 pounds. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of upgrading the fuel injectors, because I really want to see what these injectors will do, like completely maxed out with a maxed out setup, is I'm going to get a fuel pressure regulator for it, and I'm going to set the base pressure a little bit higher and see if we can get this thing to hold steady fuel at like 16 pounds of boost with these flex fuel decaps maxed the fuck out. Anyways, but for now, I'm going to turn the boost back down. That was 48% duty cycle, so I'm going to put it at 46% duty cycle. We'll make one more pull and then see where the fueling and everything is, and if it's good to go, I'm just going to leave it there for now until we can figure something else out for fuel. But yeah, this thing's doing awesome, guys. Alright guys, I'm going to do one more pull quick, see where everything's at. Start my recording on the HonData. We'll do another fourth gear pull. spinning in fourth a little bit. It's like skipping on the road. Can barely hang on. I need to get some tires for this thing. Alright guys, everything's good with the logs. I looked over the data logs. I'll show you when I get back home too, but this thing's doing good. I'm gonna do one more quick little second, third, fourth for you guys. Let's see how it is. Just let her eat, boy. Sauce right here. This is gnarly, gnarly, gnarly sauce. Wow. Some with my Speedo's totally messed up too. Like it just like dances around wherever it wants to go. So I'll have to look at the wiring on that too. Or maybe the cluster's going out. I'm not sure. Third? Why not? Try to get the speed up a little bit so it doesn't blow the tires off. Wow! You guys see that fireball? Holy shit! Oh my god! This thing's fun. This thing's a lot of fun. Alright guys, I kind of just wanted to go over one of the logs with you. This blue squiggly line right here is my vehicle speed sensor. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it is totally like all over the place. I don't know what's up with that, but I'll have to look at the wiring or the speed sensor possibly and replace something in order for this thing to work. But guys, this thing is an animal on 11 pounds of boost. You can see down on the bottom, we're 10.9, 11.0 PSI of boost, and 6,700 RPM, 15 degrees of ignition timing, and 11.0 air-fuel ratio. We can carry this out to 7,500, and we're at an 11:1 air-fuel ratio, so right, same frickin' air-fuel, 11.5 pounds of boost. And, damn, this thing, oh, I can't even... Nothing in the overflow. I mean, it's got like a very small bit just because, you know, that's just what was in there or whatever. But it's not overfilling the overflow, so the head gasket is sealing good. And, I mean, everything seems good. I still have a little bit of a leak on the back here from the transmission somewhere. I'm not sure where, if it's the axle seal again or what it is, but it's not bad enough for me really to care. Yeah, but this thing is an absolute animal, guys. I can kind of proudly say that I built a good one here. This is fast. This is a 10-second car, easy. I'm hoping we'll see when my tires get here and whenever we can take it to the racetrack and see what we can bust out on 11.5 pounds of boost. If this thing goes like a 1080 on 11 pounds, I'm going to have to buy injectors for it and see what it'll do on 20. A lot of people think like, I mean, you got to also think these are decapped, you know, factory Chevy Tahoe injectors or Suburban or whatever flex fuel LS motor that these came out of. And they flow around 900 to 1,000 cc. And I'm on E80, around E78 to E80 fuel, or like E70 to E80 fuel. So, I mean, these injectors on pump gas would do my goal no problem. It would go 16 pounds of boost or so where I want it to be, because 16 pounds is honestly, like, it feels right where I want it. It spins fourth gear on 16, and that's kind of where I wanted to park it, but unfortunately it's out of injector at 12 pounds, so I park it at 11, and we're good to go. Nothing, you know, they're maxed out, but it's still, you know, fat up top, and it's got fuel in it, so I can't believe this thing's doing as good as it's doing. I haven't cracked a sleeve yet. It's not smoking. The catch can's got a little bit in it, but that's kind of normal. But I mean, you can literally just wail on it and it'll spit fireballs and whatever, but no smoke comes out. Like, this motor is awesome. It doesn't frickin' burn oil. It doesn't leak oil. It just fucking works. Like, the head gasket sealing, it's making 500 wheel horsepower. Like, it's gotta be. Jeremy's car made 450 on 8 pounds. That dyno corrected would probably make 375, 380 on that boost, and I'm on about 4 more pounds of boost, so I mean, this thing's probably 450, not quite 500. I would say it's probably 4 to 450 right now, by the way it acts and the way this thing pulls. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to get a bigger injector if I want to go bigger than this. I think I should probably leave it where it is, because I might be pushing the motor a little too much if I go higher. I don't know. I just got to tell myself, Hunter, slow down. You don't need to turn it up anymore. But I just like turning it up and feeling more power and more power. That's just like, it's so rewarding when you turn it up and everything works and it's just an animal. Like, we're going to have to do 5th gear pulls here pretty soon, unless I get some tires. But, I mean, honestly, guys, this, it's fast. This is fast. This is the fastest car I've had since my hatch that I built like 5 years ago. So this is kind of what I wanted. I kind of wanted to duplicate that setup with, you know, bigger bottom end and a better turbo, because obviously my hatch made 450 or 440 on a smaller turbo on 20 pounds, and it was the same compression ratio and everything, but this turbo does that same power. It seems like it does that same power on 12 pounds. So that's amazing. This turbo puts in work, guys. This thing is amazing. I can't thank Ren enough for helping me out and letting me kind of be a dealer for him. I've been selling turbos like freaking crazy, guys. I think I've sold like 10 of them already. So that is awesome. Keep the orders coming, guys. These turbos are proven to work very well. If you want a set of decapped injectors, have your goal below 500 horsepower if you're on E85. If you want more than 500 horsepower on E85, you probably will have to look elsewhere, because, like I said, these are only about 1,000 cc injector. But clearly they make, this thing fucking makes good power with those injectors, don't get me wrong. I guess it's just kind of discouraging when you have a limit. I don't like to have like a limiting, like, I don't like to have a fuel system be a limit. I don't like having that. I like to be able to go to the moon. I like to be able to kick a rod out and still have fuel. You know what I mean? So, whatever. But we did rewire the fuel pump, and it didn't really do a whole lot on the top end, but oh well. At least it's rewired now, and it should be good for more power as soon as I get bigger injectors. I also have a set of injectors out of like a new LS. I forget what they are. Maybe I'll end up decapping these. A subscriber sent me these injectors, and he said they're like a 50-pound injector stock. And maybe I can decap these guys, and they'll flow like 1,500 cc or something. I have no idea. I won't be selling these because I don't know where the fuck to get them. And I don't know, a subscriber just sent them to me, so I might use these. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. They're a lot shorter than the flex fuel ones, so I don't know what I'll do there, but maybe we'll put these in. Or see if we can decap them and see if they flow any higher than the flex fuel ones. Because if they do, that'd be sweet. Then I won't have to get injectors. But anyways, I'm going to quit rambling. This is probably a really long video. If you made it all the way to the end, please hit the like button. Check out my website. I got stickers. The banner looks awesome. Yeah. I can't thank everybody on YouTube enough, too, for the support. I feel like the channel's been doing extremely well lately. And I can't thank you guys enough. I did not expect my YouTube channel to become this. I'm saying it's becoming this, and I have like almost 4,000 subscribers, which is more than I ever anticipated. But I'm going to keep pumping videos out for you guys. As long as you're enjoying them, I'm going to keep pumping videos out and doing cool shit and drag racing and having fun and showing you guys some information. Hopefully we'll get a Honda tuning video out soon, and we can tune boost by gear and all that stuff, so I can get this thing to hook up on street tires or whatever. I could throw all the power in it right now in second gear at the track, but not on the street. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload a new video, and I will catch you in the next video.